Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It is Wednesday, which means it's time for a lucky dip. I've got a couple of replacement items because my draws were kind of weird, but I think they're going to be close enough. First I will explain what lucky dip is for my purposes. Lucky dip in general is you take a bunch of random stuff and you pull out a few of them and do a thing with them. First one I ever saw was actually with makeup. So anyway, I'm using art supplies, and I have a spreadsheet with all the art tools that I still have that I've gotten from Art Snacks box, Mito in a box, the old pigment and palette, and including most recently some supplies I picked up in Japan during my trip there in March into April. And so that's actually one of the items I got today. Hooray! To randomly select from this spreadsheet, I use random.org and generate 4 numbers. 4 because 4 is my favorite single digit number, and it's also a pretty manageable number of tools, especially considering a lot of my items are not actually a single thing. It could be a whole set of colored pencils, but it came in one package or something like that. So anyway, these are the items that I got today. Let me introduce them. Here's my list. So this one is one of the ones where it's a bit of a replacement. I apparently used to have a 0.5 millimeter version of this, but this is the only one I have now. It's 0.3. So it's going to be slightly smaller, but whatever, that's close enough. It's a mechanical pencil. It's Pentel Orenz, and it's interesting because, so I leave this little label on here. Let's see if that camera will, thank you camera. Okay, so it actually wants you to keep the lead inside. That's what this picture is with the circle. That means, yes, keep the lead inside. Don't let it go outside. Because the tip is special so that the lead won't ever break. The tip, this little teeny tiny part, moves up and down as you put pressure on it as you're writing, so that it exposes the lead only enough to do your writing or drawing, and like it should never break as long as you keep it inside of the shield, or I'm not sure exactly what the official name is, but yeah. So this is a really interesting mechanical pencil. I think it's a nice one for when you are in a place it's kind of what am I trying to say? Like, it's awkward when you're using your pencil and then the lead breaks off and flies off onto somebody else's book. So I guess like school or a library or something like that. So, but also if you tend to break your lead a lot, this is a good pencil. It's also good for the 0.3 because I have another regular style with no special tip, 0.3, and it just breaks a lot because it's such a thin lead. 0.3 millimeters is very small, and so this is especially nice since it's the small one. Oddly, this is not in my spreadsheet, the 0.3, so I need to go through I might have gotten it from a Mito in a box and just forgot to actually put it in my spreadsheet. But that's the first item. The second item, very easy, fairly old one. Higgins Black Magic ink, waterproof ink, specifically says waterproof ink. And so to use this, I've got this brush that I used from before. I didn't even wash it yet. I just rinsed it in water to get the bristles pliable. Oh, you can't really see what I'm doing. To get them pliable. They were all hard. As long as it's India ink and not acrylic ink, you can let your brush dry, and then when you wash it properly, it should completely revive. So yeah, that's the second thing, and I'll use this brush with it. It's interesting that I got something like this because just today I bought this cool pen rest for dip pens and brushes, like, but I bought it online. Of course, I buy almost all my stuff online, so it's not here yet. It's too bad. It would have been so cool to show it off, so hopefully I'll get something else, like some sort of ink thing where I can put my pen on there. Anyway, the third thing. This is another substitution. What I got was the Zig Cartoonist Brush Pen number 22. I don't have that one anymore because it got lost. I brought it with me on the Inktober retreat last October, and it just mysteriously disappeared. So I picked this one. It's very similar. I'm not sure about the brush size or pliability, but it's so similar. I'm like, it'll be way easier just to pick this. I think it'll still be in the spirit of the challenge to use this. Oh, Exie is here. Hello, Exie. How are you doing? How was your day? How was your Wednesday? Are you enjoying a nice, relaxed evening? Well, evening. For you, it's early morning, right? I hope you're doing well. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Black ink brush pen, basically. Oh, and this one is the Pentel brand. I don't know what the product name is, but it says Pentel right there. Fude means brush. It says FR right here. I'm not sure what that means, and it says number 101 here, so, and black. So that could be a clue if anybody's like trying to Google what this is or something. But okay. Oh, Exie is all right. Excellent. How about you? Hope all is fine. Yeah, I'm doing great. Oh yeah, already in the AM. Yep. Yep. I always think about that because right over here is like right in the middle of the day. Like, well, I mean, it's not like lunchtime. It's like in between lunchtime and dinner time. So it's just like the peak of the day, it feels like. So it's kind of the opposite. But not like technically the opposite, but you know what I mean. Like, anyway. I always try to keep in mind that I might talk about things in a way and then it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know, just like remember what it is for you. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but and yeah, I'm doing great. It's Wednesday, it's hump day, it's time to get over the hump and go downhill. Whee! Okay, so the last thing, this is the most recent thing that I put on my spreadsheet. Until after I drew this, I remembered something else, and then I put it on the spreadsheet. But I got this in Japan. Oh, let's see if it... Yay! It focused. I got this from the Aomori Museum of Art. It's little triangle-shaped... I can't get the triangle part to show you. You can sort of see now. It's a triangle-shaped... I mean, it's a nice, smooth one. That's nice on your fingers. Rainbow-colored pencil. So I'll spin the lead around. So it's got five colors. So there's green, light blue. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 colors. So red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, dark blue, and purple. So I'm so happy that I got this. I sharpened it right before the stream, and yay! So I got it from the Aomori Museum of Art, as you can see, it's printed on there. So I'm excited to use this. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna... I mean, I'll probably, since I'm doing swordsmen, I'll probably just color in the clothing with it. That's what I usually use the color for, but I'm so excited that I already got one of the things that I got in Japan from using the random selection. And so that's all the things. I selected this sketchbook. I use this nice tab that makes it easier. Okay. So, now, okay, it'll be fine. It bleeds through on this paper, but all of this is just sketchy sketch work anyway, so it doesn't matter that much if it bleeds through. Ah, don't slide down, stay. Okay, though I will put my, oh, you can't really see what I'm doing. Hold on, let me move this stuff so that I can put this, there. Oh, I'll keep that in mind too. Oh, look at that cute cow that you've got dancing. Hold on. That's cute. Aw, thank you for letting me be your bedtime routine. I am honored. I hope that I help you have the sweet dreams. I always want my streams to be, I mean, I know I get excited sometimes, and so it's not like a totally chill experience, but I try to keep it positive and happy and nice. So I hope that helps with any, or at least doesn't hinder your sleeping. Okay, so let's do swatches first, as you can see with the previous ones I've done in here. Do little swatches, see what they're like. So I'm not sure if this is out far enough. It needs to be out into this little... Oh, I'm not even showing it to you properly. Come on, camera. You can do it. You were doing so good earlier. Hey, come on, camera. Focus on my hand, please. Yay. Okay, so the lead is supposed to be not outside the tip, but it needs to be in the tip. So it's kind of hard to see if it is that far. So I'll just... try writing. Oh yeah, it was in there. Fun. Oh wait, it's not focusing back down. Alright, there we go. Yep. So since it is 03, it's not that great for filling in big areas though. That's the weakness of the super thin. But super thin means you can make it teeny tiny lines like this. Oh, it's so small you can't even see it. There. Oh, come on, camera. It's hard to... I gotta hold this with one hand so I can press the button with the other hand. There. You can see these teeny tiny lines I was able to make. Oops. There. So small. And it really is nice with 03 because I like 03 for sketching. By 03 I mean 0.3 millimeter lead, but I'll even I've got it here. Oh, I did. I don't even know where it went. I have another 0.3 millimeter pencil, but I don't use it very much because it breaks all the time because it's so, the lead is so thin that it's super weak. So this one is a great solution for that. Okay, so well, there's what we can do with that. It does come with an eraser too, so that's available for me to use without bringing in another extra item. I try to bring in as few extra items as possible for the challenge. Okay, let's do this ink. I set the cap over there, and I'm using this brush. Oh, there's a big glop right here. Huh, weird. There's a big glop on the side of the bottle. Well, I'll just try to avoid it. Just like last time when I used this, so what? I think it was last week. I used this brush for ink, and it's just hard to see how far down the ink goes when it's black ink. You can still get pretty thin lines too with this brush. I love the round tip brushes because of that, because you can... Okay. There. I gotta look for the sheen on it to, like, if it's reflecting light, then I can tell that I've got some ink on it. And then you can also, like, fill in huge areas really quickly if you hold the brush on its side. And then you can also get cool dry brush effects if you use up most of the ink. And so you can get a whole bunch of stuff. I kind of wish I had gotten a bowl of water. Oh well, I'll just survive without it. Okay, next thing is this replacement, and so I gotta remember to write these things down. Like, I need to remove this from my list because it's just lost. I lost it. Or if my mind goes to negative places, I'm like, somebody took it, but I have no idea what happened. It could have rolled under somewhere and I didn't notice and I just couldn't find it, or I don't know what happened, but it's long gone, so it needs to be off of my list. So it's kind of dry right now, so I'm going to squeeze. The whole body is really pliant, so you can squeeze to get more ink to go in. There, that's better. You can get even tinier lines with this, although you gotta keep squeezing apparently to get enough ink in. You can get some really sharp lines. These are apparently, I don't know, it's just what I've read online in the product description, but these are apparently used a lot for like manga, for effects lines, if you're doing the manga by hand instead of in a digital program. So I feel like you can see that in these just little test lines I did look a lot like those sharp effects lines in manga. Okay, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. Here's the last thing. Ah, I'm so excited. This is the first time I'm going to color with this. Let's see what it's like. I'm going to hold it on its side, and as I go down, I'm going to spin the body of the pencil. It's so cool because it's really random. I mean, you can sort of try to get the color you want, but as you turn, the color that you had just been using might appear again or whatever as you wear down the brush. Or the tip. The brush. What if I don't turn it and I just keep using it on the same side? Yeah, that's cool too. Because it's mostly purple, but the other colors are still showing through. Let's try it on the other side. The other colors still pop in every once in a while. And then what if I just... Yeah, even thin lines like this are really cool looking. Because they're just... You can't be 100% sure exactly what the color combination is, but you can look, okay, I want a lot of yellow, and you can hold it on the yellow side and there will be other colors too. That's so cool. I'm so happy I bought this. It was like $1 or something, you know, it was like 100 yen or 200 yen. Like, it was not very expensive at all. I think I will only use it to like about here, and then once it's like down to here, then I will save it to, so it'll be a, because I don't want to ruin the part that says Aomori Museum of Art. So I'll only use half of it, and then it will be a souvenir only. Okay, excellent. So our swatches are done. Guess I'll write right here. So Pentel Orenz. It would be cool to write a letter with this, because just writing words is very cool looking. This is the Higgins ink. I'll put with brush, because I used a brush. So good, Exie says. Yeah, the colored pencil. Oh, I didn't like show it close up. Yeah, there. You can really see how cool it is. It's so cool. And the writing too. Wow. So fun. Use rainbow colored pencils. And focus back down there. Thank you. Okay. And this one is a Pentel Hude something. Oh, that's funny. I'm using two Pentel things by accident. Pentel, I'll just put Hude question mark. Crossing this out and writing Pentel Hude question mark. There. Oh yeah, and this is the 0.3. 0.3 mm. Okay. Good. One of these days I'll eventually get a selection of random items that I don't have to edit or replace or whatever. Okay. So we're ready. Ready for the next pose. So for anybody watching the recording later who has not watched one of my previous recent lucky dips, I am using this swordsman pose collection. So katana, danshi, pozu, shu. So swordsman pose collection. And it's just a bunch of photos. And it's got like everything, including like black and white photos, photos of how the clothing is put on, and all this stuff. So I'm just going from the beginning and doing my best to draw each pose. So we did this one last week, so we'll do this one, which is very similar, but there's a, you know, key differences like here where, oh, it's really hard to see, so let me hold it up closer. With the white background, it makes the dark things hard to see. Is that? I think that's in focus. Well, it's still kind of hard to see, but there's like a lot of wrinkles here because of the way the arm is pulling up, and then of course the arms are in a totally different position here, and the face is very much covered up, and then here this sword is also extended compared to the previous pose, and the feet are slightly different. So yeah. I had been considering skipping some poses in this book, but what the heck, let's just attempt them all. That's what I decided last time. We just try to do them all. Okay, so. And when we get to the other opposite page, I want to remember, still like that idea that you gave me, Exie, to draw them upside down. I'm just going to try to remember to keep doing that, so that they can still be visible on the stream. And it adds just another weird extra challenge for me to do. Lucky Dip, I think, is my, like, weirdest thing that I do on stream. Everything else is a pretty standard kind of art making for me. But then Wednesday I get kind of wild and try all sorts of unusual things. Okay, I'm gonna set these up here so that this can be on screen a little bit more. There, good. And I'll scoot that over more because I know that my light is kind of distracting right here. Let's try to cover it up as much as possible. Okay, so I am just going to do my regular old thing and use a pencil for the initial sketch. I've got this nice square, so I should have enough room. I should not have a problem with going off the edge. So I always make my figures too small, so I'm going to make an effort today to make them taller. Like in anime and manga, characters tend to be way taller than what they would be if they were real people, but like even though that is my inspiration, I always make them so short. And with these pose reference drawings, I really like to improve my anime style human characters. I know I've said it before, but even though I'm 37 now, I still feel like I've been drawing anime characters since I was in my early teens, maybe even since I was 11 or 12. I can't remember when I got into anime, but it was very, It was in junior high school. And I never quite found a style that I felt confident in. And even now, like, so with my animal drawings, I'm like 100% confident. I really like what I do with my animal drawings. And almost anything else that I attempt, but the anime style, I want to get better still. All this time later, I still want to get better. So that's what I'm trying to do with this. Not just have a weird challenge, but also practice my anime skills. So I say anime, but I mean like just anime style, because I'm not interested in animation. Not in making it. I'm interested in it as a hobby, or watching it. Not bad. I think that it's getting better. This arm, I think, needs to go up higher. But I kind of like it where it is, so I think I'm going to leave it even though it's not... I don't think it's accurate. And this bottom leg is... The one on the left is a lot more exposed, so the kimono is hanging down. Probably because this shoulder is lifting up not just the kimono right here, but the entire kimono from top to bottom. Because it is one long piece of fabric, so it makes sense. Makes sense to me. When I think of things that way, it helps me a lot with drawing. Because if I think of the logic behind why a thing looks like what it does, then it helps me remember and depict it more believably. Okay, this one. This guy is a lot more crouched down, and you see a lot of the back. And interesting, the hakama is almost entirely flat. Unlike this kimono being rising up, the hakama on this person is just flat at the bottom here. Not 100%. There's still a little bit of variation and overlap, but relative to the other swordsman here. And the collar is so high up that you can't really see this person's neck. So you're just seeing the back of the kimono, which has the high collar, and then the back. But here, so it's flat here, but here where the, I'm not sure if you call it an obi on a hakama, but the belt for the obi is angled down. Let's see, let me look at my time. Okay, I think I gotta hurry a little bit because we're about halfway through the stream and I'm still just in the sketching phase. So I'm gonna hurry a little bit. Oh, the way this person's toes are curled is very interesting. It's like this. It's like he's gripping the ground. I know it's weird. I'm still holding my hand like this and I'm aware of it, but it just feels right to... I just gotta do it until I'm done. It's very interesting to live stream art because things that I just do and then I become aware of them from an outside perspective. knowing that others are watching. Like, oh, I'm doing this thing and I'm hanging on to it, and it might seem weird. It really helps me a lot to, when I'm drawing, like make the same expression or do my hands in a way that is reflective of what I'm drawing. It started as a way to figure out poses and stuff, like if I don't have a reference. But now I do it even if I'm not trying to figure that out. It just helps me. Like it's like it comes from this hand and goes up into my brain, and then it comes out in my pencil. That's kind of what it is. Oh, I am so tempted to go click, click, click just out of habit. But this pencil is working the way it's supposed to, so I really don't need to click. I think it's a bit better as far as the height is going. Yay! Improving with every drawing. I think if I wasn't live streaming, and that's, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, my thought process here. I think without live streaming it, I wouldn't be able to have the patience to do this. Because I've done it for school a lot, and so I have a lot of experience drawing things this way from classes, but it was because there was a grade resting on it, so I had some sort of outside expectation or something to motivate me. But if I was just doing it like, oh, I want to get better, it's too boring still, even though I want to get better. So doing it on live stream is nice, because I can chat and I can like talk about what I'm doing, which makes it less boring. And yeah, it's so much better. So much better this way. I've had these reference books for ages, forever, and I love buying them, and I stopped buying them because I have like a dozen, or close to a dozen. I'm looking over there. But if you include some, yeah, anyway, I have a lot of these, and I have not used them so thoroughly until I started using them for Lucky Dips. Get some fingers on this sword. Yup. You can't see the thumb. Interesting. I think I need to shorten this. Oh, there's something wrong here. Can't figure it out. I'll just let that be. This hand looks a little weird. But I've got to hurry. So I have 3 other things to use, and I'm still on the pencil part. Can't keep taking too long. Let's hurry it up. Hurry it up a bit. Here it's Tsuba, right? The Tsuba is almost completely flat from this angle. Oh, it's very... This sword is messed up. It's not. I got to redraw this hand here. This is not the correct placement. Okay, make this part shorter. There we go. Sorry, I know you can't really see what I'm doing because my hand is covering it up right now. I'll take a break in a second to show the progress. Just want to get the main sketch done, because it's hard to stop and then come back, because it's like trying to keep track of what you've drawn. And it's kind of like doing a connect the dots, but you're also drawing the dots. Billows out a little bit there too. But then here where it's sewn, where the sleeve is sewn on, these wrinkles stop immediately. So it's so smooth right here. It's actually, I never would have imagined that that's how it works. That's how the wrinkles work on a kimono. It's wrinkle, 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 but here, perfectly smooth. Is just showing on the other side of the sword. Well, that'll have to be good enough. Yeah, there. That's good. And coming down, here's the obi. Hey, at least the scabbard can go into the obi this time because there's room. The sword is like weirdly curved. I mean, katana are supposed to be curved, but not like this. This looks kind of rubbery. It's good to notice. It's good to notice now, and then next time I'll do better. I'll be even closer to what I want to depict. Oh, thank you! Exie says, I think it's looking quite great already. Yay! Thank you very much! I do think it's better than the last one. They're not like, okay, so like this one is like a little too tall, I think. But still, overall, I think it's a much better. So thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, this foot, and then I think I can move on to a different art tool. I feel like if I took my time, I could draw this more to the standard that I would like, but I did have assignments in art school where it was like, you have to draw this thing and you have 1 minute. Oh, be right back. Okay, see you when you get back. Actually, we'll be right back. So like drawing something and having a time limit, it's like you have 1 minute and it has to be recognizable. So you have 1 minute to draw this reference of a hand and it has to be recognizable as that hand. And so you have to like make different decisions. You know, because you could spend forever, you could spend days or months making the picture absolutely perfect. But I think it's also useful to practice just getting it done. So that's more what I'm doing here because I have my self-imposed time limit for live streaming. And so I have the same kind of experience because I only have the hour. Okay, so I'm using the brush pen to do all the main lines. And this pen is really nice too. The other one, so I have used the other one a lot. And it is quite similar. It's not quite the same, but it's quite similar. I used quite a lot just now. Anyway. It's, I really like it for this. For inking the lines quickly, but you get this interesting texture to your lines that, or it's almost like they're lively, or they have some inherent interesting quality that has on their own, so that even if you were just doing random lines not representing anything, it would still be interesting. And I think it's thanks to the type of brush tip that it is, because it's very, very thin and almost sharp looking at the end. And it's really nice at getting the, if you just want to get the gist down and you're not trying to make it perfect, it's really nice. I think that this would be a nice pen for just sketching directly, not even using a pencil sketch for safety first, just jumping right in with ink. It's a very nice brush pen for that. And it seemed pretty dry at first, but it's, now that I'm using it a lot continuously, it's doing a lot better at like sort of refilling itself with ink as I brush. Okay, good. Yeah, making good time now. Okay, now I shall... Yeah, I paused for a second to decide whether I wanted to fill in with the black first or use the colored pencil first, but I found the ink tends to pool on top of the colored pencil because of the wax that is usually the binder for the color, for the pigment. The ink will like pool, and then it takes forever to dry, and maybe it doesn't dry and you close it and it gets on the other page or whatever. So even though the color pencil will probably show up on top of the ink once I put the ink on there, I think that's preferable. So now I'm using the Black Magic ink to add especially dark patches of shadow that I'm seeing. Rather than trying to be very loyal to the reference, I'm just trying to get the same areas, the same idea, sort of. Rather than like a photorealistic type of shading. Oh, welcome back. Ink is so cool. Yes, it is. I love ink. Well, I mean, I guess that should be obvious that since I chose Inktober as the one of my live streams all the time, but yeah, it is so it's so fun, and you can do all kinds of cool stuff with it, and it's really I don't want to say forgiving, because if you're not sure what you're doing yet and you don't have much experience with it yet, it can be a little wily. You're like, what? Why are you doing this ink? But once you get used to using it, it's like, wow, it's so fun. Okay. I keep looking at the wrong image, and I'm like, what's going on? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one again. Kind of hard because my light is, oh, if I hold it like this I can see much better. My light is like reflecting off of this page and it's hard to see. Oh, let's do their hair too. I'll just color the hair all the way in. Inside of this sleeve. The brush holds a fair amount of ink. I haven't been able to go for a while without re-dipping. That should be shadow 2 and in here. And the hand is a little too low, but that's fine. Remember that for next time. So that should actually be more colored in. On here. Alright, that's good. So we've got 8 minutes left. So I think this is a good pace. I will sharpen this. Where'd I put my sharpener? Oh, it's right here. It was right here on my desk. I got my favorite Ratchetta sharpener. So easy. You don't have to keep taking the pencil out, but it still sharpens the whole thing all the way around evenly. Let me get the little extra sharpener bits off. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna have fun coloring in the kimono. This is very fun. I recommend getting a rainbow colored pencil. So fun. In fact, I was saying earlier that the colored pencil will cover the ink and you'll be able to see it, but I think I'm going to do that on purpose because then it will help show that these black marks are shadows. The fabric is still the same color, but some of it is in shadow. This pencil is actually really nice, not just because it's rainbow. The laydown of color is so smooth. I'm very impressed. It's very, it covers everything all in one go with like no little gaps, and it's so even without trying. Like, it's just, this is a nice quality lead in this pencil. Ah, so fun. Rainbow kimono. Okay, and so to make this person different. Oh wait, but this is like the same color as this. Okay. I'm going to do this on the same side as I was doing this one, and then I'll do the different side for the top part. So that maybe, I don't know, but maybe it will look like different colored fabric how it is in this reference. Yeah, this would be fun for a lazy coloring book. Like you want to do coloring just to like relax and not think about anything serious or whatever. But you don't want to think too hard, so you just get the multicolored pencil and see what happens. Just color the whole thing. Okay, so now I'm going to switch it over to a different side. You can see, well, maybe you can see if I hold it up to the camera good. Camera, you going to show this? Oh, it's trying. Sort of. Well, you can see, I guess. I wore down that one side, so now I'm going to use this side. Well, I'm seeing it now with from the camera's point of view, like I'm looking at my screen. It looks pretty cool with the black ink with the rainbow. I was just enjoying the coloring. I did not notice until I was looking over there. If I have any extra time, I've got 4 minutes right now, but if I have any extra time, I'll go over it some more with a higher pressure with the pencil and then add even more shadows using the colored pencil. But I think this worked well in making it look like 2 different fabrics here. Yay! Okay, so now I'm going to do really heavy pressure. And let me show the difference. This is just so small, but there. I put a lot of pressure to get that darker line right there. So I'll just do that in some key areas. Not everywhere though. We're almost done. This is the kind of thing where I could just keep going and keep refining it. There has to be an end. I've got to stop. We'll just do just a few places. Man, this is really, really fun. Rainbow colored pencil. It's so good. I always thought they looked cute and I liked them just because of that, but this is even more fun than I expected to color with. It's hard to see. It's hard to see sometimes. There. That's a seam right there. Oh, the same thing here. That's also a seam. And here. Boom. I'm really enjoying this. Okay. Let's call that good. I've been signing these. I know I ask that every time, because I can't remember. Let's sign it with the rainbow. Ah, it's so cute. Okay. I'm going to hold it up for the last look before I sign off. So I use a mechanical pencil, black ink brush pen plus black ink with a just dip with a brush. And then the fun, I'll go really close in for a really super fun one single rainbow colored pencil from my trip to Japan, Aomori Museum of Art. That's where you can get that. Now you can get rainbow colored pencils all over. I have another one that I got in a Mito in a box before. But this is the first time I've really used it for an extended period instead of just like testing it and being like, oh, that's fun. Okay. Yay. Another fun lucky dip complete. Oh, yeah. It almost looked like rainbow eucalyptus wood. Oh, not good idea. What am I trying to say? That is a cool observation. I like that. Now I want to go look it up. I'm going to do that after I sign off. So good. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to get better and better. I'll do another one next week. Okay, well, that's it for today's stream. Lucky dip complete. I will be back on Friday. We're starting a new Chibi. It's Chibi Friday on Friday, so I've done all my other pets, and so I've done a Chibi Kiki the cat before. I'm going to do another one, because it feels sad not to draw her too. So I'll start Chibi Kiki the cat on Friday. So I hope to see you then. Thank you for watching.